So here was your solution for the V. So I see that you did some block building, but I think since you did yellow V, it's better to face here. You can start by doing these two tips or these two tips, but I think I would recommend doing these two tips first. So start by that, and then you see that this can be brought to here in one move like that. And then you can bring this center in, and then this one in, while preserving this, and then this one. Now you have the V. Then you got this L4E, which is easy, and you did it correctly, so good job. But if you used my solution just now, you would have ended up with this easy 3-move insert tip. So you did your V like this. So instead of doing this, you could just do it this way. So first you solve these two tips like this, then do an L, and then R to match this up, and then U, R prime. So now you have a layer. So you did your L4E like this. Here is the proper elk for that L4E case. So you did your V like this. I think instead of starting from this angle, you should have started from this angle so that it's easier to do the tips. And you can start by doing these two tips first, like this. And then U, L prime, R. Then rotate. Then you can insert this in the back, like this. Then you had this L4E case, which you did like this. That was already the correct algorithm, but I think instead of doing with pausing like that, you should have done it like this without pausing. So you did your V like this. So in this scramble, I think it's better to do green. So I would start by doing either these two tips or these two tips, but I think for now I'll just do these two, and then U prime, and then as you can see, I could just do a sledge to solve this edge and this edge, then tip, of course. Then you did your L4E like this. Okay, so you already did that correctly, but I recommend doing the tips in the last. So you did your V like this. I think in here it's better to start like this, so you can do the tips easily like this. And I also think it's better to do a U prime instead of this first. So yeah, do a U prime and then like that. Of course, do the tips first in the start. And then here, it's better to do this green and yellow edge, because when you insert it with a sledge, it solves this one. So you did your L4E like this. It's the actual L4E algorithm. Here are the things that you need to improve. So the first tip for you to improve is to know where you should start. So like in the first scramble, you started like this, even though it's better to start like this. So Okay, you can see the difference when you start like this. You have to rotate like that. While if you start like this, you don't have to. You can just instantly do the moves to solve the V. So the second tip for you is to solve the tip at last. What I mean by that is when you're already in L4E and you have one tip left, don't start with doing this tip and then do the L4E case. You should start by doing the L4E case and then doing the tip. Somehow it's just better. Third tip is to learn all the L4E algs. You can learn them intuitively or with the algorithms. And you can practice this by using DGCube's L4E trainer on his website. Tip is to not pause at L4E. So pausing at L4E is like this. So here is an example of not pausing in L4E. So you can also do this by practicing in DGCube's website for the L4E trainer, just like the previous tip. So the last step is to learn how to do B moves on pyramings. So you can do it like this using this finger and this finger. Yeah, thank you for watching. Hope you learned something from it.